The then Sissala constituency of the Upper West region produced the first Northern President of the Republic of Ghana, Dr. Hillary Liman. His influence gave the PNC's Moses Daniba the opportunity to be elected as MP for the area in 2000 and 2004. The constituency was divided into Sissala East and West in 2004. It has remained a swing seat, with the NDC winning 4 times, twice for the PNC and once for the MPP. Some of the other notable political figures of the area include former Upper West Regional Minister Hamidu Suleimana, one-term NDC MPs Hajia Halutie and Alijata Suleimana. The incumbent MP is Ridwan Abbas, who was defeated by the current Deputy Upper West Regional Minister Isaku Chinia during the MPP parliamentary primaries. What happens to the fortunes of the PNC in the area though? Samuel Basugu Baba is a believer of the legacy of Dr. Hillary Liman.
The PNC generally is a party that cares for everybody. Everybody. PNC is never selfish. But just because the party is poor, people have run away just to join the other parties, hoping that they will get something in their pockets. But I bet this, I'm happy I'm in this interview today. If all Ghanaians were to accept and will change these 2 so-called big parties and bring back PNC into the system, I'm telling you, Ghanaians will never regret. Because the PNC, even from their grassroots, the last parliamentarian of PNC, Moses Daniba, all Sissales knows what he has done for the Sissala area. Dr. Hillary Liman, when he was in power, even though he was just about 2 years, the Ghanaians saw what he was about to do.
As a swing constituency, it is obvious that the elections are mostly based on issues rather than political alignments. A visit by the Citi News team to Tumu, the capital of the constituency, and some other communities reveal that road infrastructure will be a major influence on the people's choices in the 2020 elections. Some of them say they will vote for a party with a proper plan to fix their roads.
My father, who used to be the chief, has always complained so bitterly about the nature of roads in our community. Especially the main trunk road linking Upper East to Upper West. We find ourselves in the middle, and we transact businesses in our regional capital and also the regional capital of the Upper East region, that is Bolgatanga. And this road has been very bad since I was born. I mean, successive governments have attempted in one way or the other to work on that road, but it never seemed to get completed. In fact, anytime they start doing something, they stop at a point, and where the place that was done subsequently gets deteriorated again.
Since I was born, I'm now 52 years now. Our roads are still the same. I've never seen any changes in our roads, especially the principal roads from Wak to Bolga, even the town roads. I think we have only 2 roads that have been tiled. Even those, I don't call them tile roads, because if you go now, you see them, all the tile is wear off. So that's our major problem. Most of us here are farmers. We will farm, and how to bring the goods to town to sell is also a problem due to the roads, the bad nature of the roads.
Ajaratu Abubakar and her peers say the deplorable nature of roads have a tendency to neutralize the gains of the planting for food and jobs, which has increased the yield of farmers.
As for Sissala land, they farm a lot. All the maize going to serve. Aflao, Burkina is the Sissala people, they farm a lot. So, and this year, we got a lot of fertilizer, but the roads are not good for the lorries to pass. So they get a lot of these accidents on the way. And the lorries too, they spoil. As the government promised us that they will make the roads, schools and other things. If they can use this short period and do as first thing. Our roads is the problem. If they can do our roads, we don't have problem with Nana.
There are some who will not vote at all in the election.
Since 1957, up to date, paragraph 1, our roads are bad. Our roads are not linked to, even to district it's not linked. Talk about region to region. Very bad. So for what I don't know why our voting is just necessary, or it's not necessary. So me for I don't vote. I only go and take my ID card and in case of future reference. I don't vote. Who am I going to vote to? It's not necessary.
Whilst constituents lament over what they call broken promises by politicians, especially MPs, the PNC parliamentary candidate for the constituency, a private legal practitioner, Kingsley Canton, touted his 5-point agenda towards victory 2020.
One, what I'm giving the opportunity is women empowerment. Now, when I'm given the opportunity as an MP for Sissala East, I will bring much more facilities to the women, ranging from interest-free loans, seeds, groundnut seeds, fertilizer, and other inputs that would aid women in their farming activities. Agriculture. In the last 5 years, fertilizers and other inputs have eluded our people. And this is the constituencies, that is the bread basket of the whole country. So when I'm given the opportunity, I will make sure that inputs, quite apart from fertilizer, gets to our people. Most of our women and people here are farmers. Apart from farming, they do not engage in other activities that will support their livelihood. When I'm given the opportunity, I will ensure that women are trained to produce other things, including hand sanitizers, liquid soap, to produce batik tie and dye, and many others that will keep them engaged, as well as not making them to travel down south in search of non-existent jobs.
His counterpart from the MPP, Isaac Chinia, says his service to the constituency, as well as his developmental agenda, will give him victory in the 2020 elections.
One of the things that has created mistrust between MPs and the citizens is the fact that when they are elected, they don't come back, they don't have interaction with the people, and so a lot of rumors go around, and the people lose trust in these MPs and politicians generally. So I have decided that once I am elected as the MP, on a yearly basis, I'm going to engage all stakeholders, chiefs, assembly members, the various communities. I'll visit them and let them know what I have been doing as MP. Let them also ask questions so that where there are challenges, I will explain. This place is a farming community or constituency. And so I intend to set up 6 agric mechanization centers so that I can support the farmers, reduce cost of production, thereby enhancing their what comes into their pocket. And these 6 centers that I'm going to create, basically I intend to have tractors, at least 4 tractors at each center, and reduce the cost of plowing. I intend to have warehouses in these centers so that farm inputs are made available and accessible to the people, because these centers will be strategically placed so that all farmers across the constituency can access. I also intend to build an MP's office. It has been one of the biggest challenges between MPs from this constituency and the electorates. If I have an office with a secretary there, majority of the citizens cannot reach me as MP, but they can access my office in the constituency with the secretary there, and then whatever issues they have, they pass it through the secretary, and those that need immediate attention, my secretary will let me have them and I'll start addressing them. Those that I can come back to the constituency anytime and look at them, I will do exactly that.